Alright, so I certainly don't want to be buying a battery for a mower I don't know if it'll run yet. So, in case you didn't know, most riding lawnmowers run off of 12 volts. And I already have this guy here disconnected. Hey! Yeah, this guy here is already disconnected from the truck. So we're going to borrow this, take it off. Alright, so what is it that we're working on? We are working on this John Deere. It is called a spin steer. I'm looking at the camera, should be able to see that. It's a spin steer. The model of it is an SST-15. It's a 42-inch rider that is similar in style to a what's the word I'm looking for? A zero turn. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're mounted to my head. And I'm just trying to crack my neck right now. So the front wheels are casters, like a normal zero turn, and then the rear is actually what steers it. And this machine's pretty old, I think. And my understanding is during a storm, a tree came down and crushed the hood. So the hood is gone. I've looked for replacement hoods, and it turns out they're like $300. And this is a machine I intend to sell. I think I'll be able to find a buyer for it as is. I'm going to move my microphone because I'm not sure how well you're able to hear me. Based on most normal mowers, in the engine code or the serial number is where you find the date. However, this does not look like a normal date code. That doesn't look like a normal date code. So I'm going to have to do some more digging to find out when this particular machine was built. But for right now, what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to buy a battery for a machine that I don't know if it's going to run. And I sure hope I brought my jumper cables with me. I might not have brought my jumper cables with me. They might be in here. Yeah, they should be in here. If not, then we're kind of screwed. But if so, then we're not screwed. So I need to find my jumper cables. And I'm going to grab my other camera, and my phone's over here, and we will find out what's going on. Alright, so after an unnecessary, well actually it was necessary, trip back to my house, I have my jumper cables. This is the battery from my S10. This is the battery from the mower. And it is reading 12.9 volts. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you on the tripod. But first, I'm going to take off this air cleaner. I'm trying to do some things just to simplify the editing process. Man. Now, to be honest, actually I'm going to go ahead and put you on the tripod now. But as you can see, you can actually see the whole engine in here. So, alright, this air filter doesn't look absolutely terrible. In fact, the inner one doesn't look too terrible either. I can tell that there's definitely a lot of gas in this thing. Let me grab a can of AutoZone carburetor cleaner, not a sponsor. Get up here. And since I had the parking brake on it, crank. Pull the choke. Okay, so it wants to run. Alright, so I was actually hoping to do a lot more troubleshooting on this, and honestly it seems like it doesn't really want to idle all that smooth anyway, so I think we might go ahead and dig into the carburetor. But since it's running, and I hope you can hear me, I really do. I'm going to move the mic a little more. Actually, I might stick the mic up on the hat as well, in hopes you can hear me. But since it's running, let's go ahead and test a few features on it. This thing, depress. Alright, so it seems like it doesn't actually want to move. So that could be a problem. It could also just be me not knowing how to run this thing. Oh crap, I left the door open to my truck. See if that battery came back to life at all. Almost. So I need to find out exactly how forward, reverse, park brake. I'm looking down at the legend here. I don't want to take it off the trailer yet because this is a pain in the butt to move. Now, however, oh, okay. Okay, so this was actually set to, alright, we're gonna have to, okay, so the transmission was actually set in the wrong position. God, I look ridiculous looking in the mirror or the window. So let's get this bad boy fired up again and see if we can't take it for a spin. This would be nice to, now bear in mind, you never want to hook up both sides of jumper cables at the same time. But we're just kind of being a little crazy right now, and my GoPro just fell, and I'm not going to edit that out because why would I? No idea if you can hear me. I got the trailer unhooked. Let me make sure that this didn't move. No, we're good. It's pointing right where I want it to. So let's try this again now that we know what we were doing wrong. Okay, there we go. I don't like it. But it actually goes pretty smooth. Blades operate. Everything seems good. Oh shit. Both directions work. There's a lot of play in the steering wheel though. Let's alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, let's have a ball. So it seems like it wants to run, and it wants to run really good. That dude's bungee cord over there is dinging across his metal pipe there. The support on the trailer. But that's fine, that ain't gonna bother us too much, I don't think. Does that come off? Okay, no, that's just... Alright, so it's been... This is a Kohler 15 horse motor. Well, engine. And, I'm over here grabbing it. And right now, she's kind of piping hot. I had this thing out and running for a while. It actually... It does seem to run really, really well. And... yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. Let me see here. But I am going to put this in airplane mode because I wanted to send a quick text to my wife now that I think about it. But anyway, actually I'll put it in silent, not airplane. That way the message sends. But real quick. But what I want to do is I want to tear this carburetor a little bit, and I need to grab something from inside the truck. These gloves are so thick. I both hate them and like them, if that makes sense. So, I'm going to introduce to you a tool I don't think I've introduced you to yet on this channel. Jeez. You can hear me struggling with trying to get this other glove on. Anyway, so that looks like a 10 millimeter. And it is in fact 10 millimeter. Grab a 3/8 extension. And I need to grab something out of this toolbox. Luckily it's right here. Let's see if that's even going to be... Is that even going to be an issue on this carburetor? I don't think it actually is. So let's introduce you to this tool. Here's the box. It's from Kimo, K-I-M-O. I think I have you zoomed in a little bit. I did. It is a 3/8 drive electric ratchet. You've seen me do this job before in other videos. But this makes it so much easier. And like I said, it's been a while since I've messed with one of these Kohler engines. Wow, and let's unplug the fuel. Actually, this is actually a shut-off valve. It's not a they... Oh, man. I'm suddenly remembering all kinds of things right now. Because what I want to do is I want to get this fuel bowl off. And this one here I think I can snake out. I don't know if I can snake this other one out though. Yeah, that one I can actually snake out that way. And then I can... Oh yeah, fuel line too. This is actually where things get a little dangerous. Because... Actually, no, this right here is not... That's not the muffler. This is the muffler. No, that's the head gasket. Or I mean the cylinder head. So maybe that is the muffler. I don't want to... I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing. I really... You know, if these kind of videos end up being popular, I'm going to have to get a camera person. So I'm going to go ahead and move you a little bit. And I'll zoom you in on what I'm doing. Right now I'm trying to get this fuel line off. Oh man, that's not very good. I'm going to have to replace this fuel line. I am getting... man, that muffler is a little warm. What I need to do is I need to get the fuel bowl off so that I can get the... So I can get this carburetor cleaned. That one's loose. There's ways to do things, and there's, you know, what I have available to me. I'm going to need to move you a little bit. I'm definitely... Okay, I got that fuel line off. And now... See, the reason I said that could be dangerous is you don't want that fuel dripping down onto the carburetor. So let's get over to the truck. I'll try to show you what I got to do. I'll zoom you out a little bit. I've got all my tools, I got my GoPro. What I don't have is a very thin wrench that size. And I did not think this through while coming up with this. At least look inside. Yes, I'm going to have to find a wrench that size that's going to be thin enough to get in there. This one's almost thin enough. Normally, what I'd end up doing is that little plunger's in good shape. Normally what I would... Oh man, that's got a lot of sediment in it. Normally I'd end up making a wrench to fit it. I may have to get my air compressor out of there. So I might have to pause this in a minute. But let me spray the crap out of this carburetor bowl. I think it seemed like it had an issue with the with it flooding a little bit. Ooh. I don't like the design of that car. With that. A whole heck of a lot. that passageway for that one's just clean. Is clean enough? So I'm going to try to clean as much of this crap out of here as I can. So basically right now, with the exception of gas, we have $0 into a rather decently running engine. Well, into a rather decently running mower, I mean. And let's get this float back on here. I'm going to, normally what I would do, and I'm probably going to have to go to Harbor Freight and get one, is I would get a cheap wrench. Then I would take it on the grinder and grind it down so that I could actually use it for this purpose. So we're not going to go too crazy on this. Let's move you back over to the mower. I had dropped one of these rods, and I believe is that it went like this, and then I need to take this rod and shove it, just like this job. Ah, man. So we'll get that fuel line back on. I'm going to have to do so much tool shopping, and then once I get some more tools in, what I'll do is I might do a series of videos called Tool Tech, like Tool Tech Tuesday or Tool Tech Thursday. It'd probably be a Tuesday or a Thursday, just so that lines up, you know, with a day that starts with T. What do you guys think of that? I'm still working on the review of this Kimo cordless ratchet. But I can tell you right now, it is definitely more favorable than unfavorable, if that makes sense to you. Meaning, I do like it. It has a few cool features, one of which I'm going to show you right now. So we just did a simple clean. This actually, I always thought these were a pump until I was a little older and I realized these were actually a fuel shutoff. Oh yeah, let me put this back on. I don't know why it's there, but it was there originally, so we're going to put it back. So this mower, like I said, I got it for free. I've got a few dollars of gas into it because it wasn't exactly close to my house. And then, okay, this bolt it did not work on. Okay, see how it stopped? That means it didn't try to break my wrist, and it didn't try to snap the bolt either. So we're going to back you up a little bit. It's probably going to take a little bit of cranking because we emptied the fuel that was in the bowl. Okay. That battery needs some help. Thank God we got this one down here. So I think when I get it home, I'm going to put this battery on the slow charger. I don't know I don't understand why these jumper cables do that. But, more into it. It definitely runs fine. So, a free mower, a few minutes of time. So it turns out I probably didn't need to pull the carburetor off at all. All I had to do was adjust it. But I do feel much better having adjusted it, or having cleaned it. So I'm going to take it home, and then what we're going to do is see how she mows. I have a little bit of grass, so next time you see me, we're going to be unloading it off the trailer at home. And then parking it where, see what I could do, parking it where I can you know, work on it some more. But what I could do, this is missing headlights due to that accident. I could take a piece of, man, these gloves make my hands sweat. I could take a piece of metal and put like a piece of angle iron, put it across the top there of that bumper, or not that bumper, but the muffler, and then make a mount that, you know, bolts, you know, uses those factory bolt holes, and then put like some LED lights on there and hook it up to that. You know, that way I could, you know, sell it with having working lights. But what do we have invested in this? An hour at best, and this thing runs pretty nice. I kind of want to, so we're going to go ahead and go home, and we'll I'll take it from there. Oh, that tire's low again.